What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to The Den. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. If you don't know, The Den is social commentary from a realistic perspective. Also, the best conversation on the internet. You can catch that conversation live at 1 p.m. Central on weekdays and at 10 p.m. Central 7 days a week. You can call in live, share your thoughts on the topic of that day or whatever's going on in the world. You can call into the Den line and share it with the Den folk. Look, you can look here at all the information you need will be cycling in the little graphics on the screen or whatever. Let's just get into it. Y'all niggas gotta cut the bullshit out. Okay? This is why I feel the way I do about so much shit. You know, people send me stories, racism and prejudice and sexism and all this shit. We live in this bullshit ass crybaby victim fucking culture. And this story fucking takes the cake. Like, oh my God. This is why I have to look at things with my own set of eyes, and this is why I disagree with motherfuckers so much, because people will take anything and try to run with it, and there's no logic behind the majority of it. And first thing people will go to is race and not look at any other factor behind it and try to determine, hey, maybe there's another reason that this happened or this took place. But now there is food racism accusation against Hardees. Let's just get into the story. We'll talk about it. I'll share my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't even gotten to the full story yet, so we're gonna be reading it together. I just saw this and I'm like, I gotta talk about it. I saw the short version of it. I'm like, this is bullshit. Hey, look at you on these shirts. That's unfortunate. Go to denshowshop.com. Support the channel. Appreciate all the love. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting the channel. As we know, things that are going on these video sharing platforms and in other places where certain messages don't want to get pushed. So man, make sure you share, like, subscribe, and share. I hardly ever say that, but share these videos. That's the most important thing you can do. Share this, get it out to like-minded people, because we know certain platforms don't want to see us winning. Let's talk about it. This is craziness. Black diner sues Hardees for violating his civil rights by giving him 2 hash rounds instead of a dozen, and claims he now suffers from a fear of food. How the fuck do you suffer from a fear of food if you want 10 more of the fucking food that you're apparently fearful of, right? Like, oh my God, let's get into it. Again, I'm gonna try to read the article without going too crazy. This shit is stupid. In the lawsuit, Tommy Martin, one, never trust a motherfucker with 2 first. I don't care how good of a person. I don't trust anybody with 2 first names. Your first and your last name. Your last name could be a first name. I don't trust you. Tommy Martin claims the number of fried potatoes he received was racially motivated and that his civil rights were violated. So you violating your own civil rights going out and eating fucking fast food. I've never been to Hardee's. I think I went to Carl Jr. like twice in my life. I don't really give a shit. It's fucking stupid. Martin said all the customers in the Belmont-based restaurant chain, Belmont-based restaurant in North Carolina were white, as was the manager who he complained to. The 58-year-old said the cashier was going to increase the number of hash rounds, but the manager allegedly said that's what you get. Martin also claimed the incident gave him cybophobia. I'm assuming it's cybophobia, a fear of food. It's a fucking lie. You wanted more food, you stupid fuck. How the fuck are you fearful now, afraid of food? I know for a fact this. Let's just read the story. I'm gonna lose my shit. And we go pull this fucking article up too. I'm gonna pull this up. I didn't even check out the other stuff too. It said North Carolina man is suing a fast food chain Hardees after he was given 2 hash rounds with his breakfast platter instead of about a dozen. Tommy Martin, who's 58 and black, told the Charlotte Observer, this motherfucker's 58. He felt like he was in a scene in the segregated 1960s in the restaurant on Main Street in Belmont. Man, you 58. You have seen some real racism, but you're gonna, man, if you don't get the fuck on with this bullshit. Told the Charlotte Observer he felt like he was in a scene from the segregated 1960s restaurant on Main Street. He also believed the skimping of the fried potato was racially motivated because all the customers in the Belmont restaurant were white, as was the manager he complained to. Coincidence, maybe? Maybe you got a stank ass fucking attitude. Who knows? Like, anyway. On Hardee's website, a photo of the breakfast platter shows it to typically consist of scrambled eggs, 2 strips of bacon, around a dozen hash rounds, potatoes, and biscuits covered in sausage with gravy. Complained to the cashier, who tried to correct the order. According to the lawsuit, manager stopped the cashier for changing the number of fried potatoes, said that's what you get. Martin said he didn't receive a refund and proceeded to report the matter to police. Got home with a tear in mine eye. I have got to do something. I got nothing to say. Martin said in the lawsuit, Appealed in U.S. District Court in Charlotte on June 20. What motherfucker could have ate them? How do you know, dude? Is it like it's a go order? Like, I need to know what the fuck is going on. He is seeking a jury trial based on his claim his civil rights were violated because he didn't get the same number of hash rounds normally associated with the breakfast platter. This is America. This is where we are right now. I guess this is the picture. That fucking, what is that? Is that an egg? I don't know what that fucking looks like, a fucking tortilla. Man, fuck that shit. Good grief. Man, Martin also claimed the incident gave him xenophobic fear of food. Eating in public is a no-no. I'm gonna be honest. I'm assuming that this guy's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, not the brightest Crayola in the box, right? Hardees released a statement to the HuffPost declining to comment on the pending litigation as an independently owned and operated franchise. Against an independently owned and operated franchise. As a company, we take these allegations seriously. However, this lawsuit is pending against a franchisee. We have no additional comment on the matter at this time. My God. This is where we're at in America right now. This is with everything else that we can be concerned with and worried about. Motherfuckers, Antifa fucking people up, or halfway fucking, bitch ass beat downs they call themselves. Get everything else that's going on. This is where we are right now in America as far as news or incidences. Man is suing a Hardees because you didn't get enough fucking hash browns. I'm assuming you probably don't need them. Your ass is 60 years old and eating this fucking shitty food. They probably did you a fucking favor. It was probably in your best interest. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. He told you remain patient to the guy. I was gonna pull up the. So this is what I'm saying. This is why you got to look at different articles, right? Because the other article said that he didn't get a refund, right? But this article here, let's pull it up real quick. Says that he did get a refund. Said manager came back and said that's what you get. Man, a lawsuit about the. And it said. Martin said in the lawsuit about the restaurant on North Main Street in Belmont, North Carolina. Got home with tear in mine eye. I have got to do something. Like, who is that mad about fucking food, man? Like, is it really that serious? A small order of hash browns contains at least a half dozen. Okay, so first it was a dozen on the other article, now it's half dozen, so it's like 6. According crispy poppable potato rounds, according to a photo on the Hardee's website. According to the lawsuit, another customer told Martin it was good. He looked at the number of hash rounds he'd been given before he left the restaurant. So apparently, I guess it was a to-go order. The manager gave him his money back after refusing to give him the correct number of hash rounds. So what are you complaining about? You got your money back? Did you keep the food? Did you not? Again, motherfuckers are just looking for anything, right? Everything's racism, right? Everything is racism these days. I guess, I don't. When there's real issues that are out there, this is why I say I don't jump on every issue that people just throw out there. Oh, it's racist. It's everything's racist. There are real issues out there that take place. And it's the bullshit like this that undermines the real issues that we should be taking serious. And this is why I understand why people get exhaustion when it comes to some of these stories. They get exhausted when they hear these words and these things. Like, and I can't blame them because it's dumb. There's fucking dogs there. That's not Scotty, for those of you who are asking. Scotty doesn't bark. But like I said, just these allegations are ridiculous. He got his money back in the lawsuit, so what are you suing for? You probably got free food and you got your money back. I'm sure you didn't give the food back. I'm sure you ate it, right? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what people want. I don't understand this. And I would say, this is this new entitled society that we live in. This man's 60 fucking years old. Like, I don't know, man. Hey, let me know if you agree, you disagree. Did he get gypped for his hash browns? Did he sue? Would you sue Hardees if they didn't give you the food? If they gave you your money back and you got to keep the food, or even if they gave you your money back and you gave the food back, would you still sue? I'd like to know what you think. Hit that comment section below. Again, live weekdays, 1 p.m. Central. The time has moved back to 1 p.m. Central, so don't miss it. Live 7 days a week, 10 p.m. Central. You can call into the den line, share your thoughts if you want to talk about this topic or whatever the topic of the night may be. I'm exhausted now. I'm exhausted from talking about this. I'm kind of hungry now too, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I'm Ed Honcho. I appreciate you watching the video. It is a pleasure, a privilege. I'm out of here. A pleasure, a privilege, and an honor for you to watch these videos, man. And I thank y'all for supporting the Den. Again, share these videos with friends. If you know they're like-minded, make sure you come to the live stream. It is the best conversation on the internet. I appreciate everybody who has been supporting the channel this far. And as we continue to grow, as we continue on this journey, you know, come join the Den community. It's a great community. It's more of a community than a channel. So with that being said, I'll be cool like I'll be cool, man. I'm done. Fuck this dude, and fuck Hardees too. I ain't never ate there, so I don't give a shit about Hardees. I'm out. How do you feel about Hardees? Y'all eat at Hardees? Tell me if Hardees is any good. Hit me in the comments.